Welcome back. iJust Cards, episode 6. Before we get to the stack, I'm going to show you my first ever through the mail return. This was back in middle school. I think it was Mr. Johnson was the teacher. And I sent a bunch out. I remember I wrote a poem to Vin Baker. Never heard back. But here's one I did get back. There's Coach Riley. So pretty sweet. You can see we both have the same hair. But, so yeah, that was my first ever one. So, this week's stack, we got a good one. We got Randy Wittman. We got Greg Ostertag. We got Dell Harris. We got Brian Winters. We got Junior Bridgeman. We got Scot Pollard. We got Tracy Murray. We got Jason Kapono. And to wrap it up, we got Mike Bibby. So, let's dig in. Let's dig in. So first up, Randy Wittman. Now, I found his card. I didn't even know he played. I remember him, with the Wolves. He coached, 06, 08. Kind of when they traded Garnett. So he didn't have a good roster to deal with. Flip's right-hand man. Followed him to Washington. Took over for Flip after he got let go in Washington. So, let's take a look at the card here. Okay, one of these NBA hoops. That's a pretty cool one. With the blue ink there. Thanks, Mr. Wittman. Appreciate that one. Next up, Greg Ostertag. Nah, just a big bruiser, 7-footer for Utah. Part of those Jazz teams that went to the finals that got beat by the Bulls. But Ostertag, a solid defender. Not much offensive game, but let's see. And this one took a few months to come back. So this one took a while. So let's hope it's a good one here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. NBA Hoops rookie card here. Thanks, Mr. Ostertag. Appreciate that one. Next up, we got Dell Harris. So he was coach of the Lakers, the last half of the 90s. He was the coach before Phil took over, and obviously Phil had more success, but you got to give Dell some credit for those runs. As you can see, he wrote best wishes on the back. So let's check out the card here. Okay, another NBA Hoops card. Looks like you wrote it up the side there. Thanks, Coach Harris. Appreciate that one. So, next up, we got Brian Winters. Now, Brian Winters, first coach of the Vancouver Grizzlies. The few years that they were in existence. See here, another NBA Hoops card with the blue ink. It's a pretty cool one there. Thanks, Coach Winters. Appreciate that one. Next up, we got Junior Bridgeman. So now, Junior Bridgeman, a little bit before my time. He was drafted by the Lakers, but he actually got traded a few weeks after with Coach Winters, ironically, for someone named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Maybe you heard of him. Let's check out the card here. Whoop. Okay, that's a cool one here. Upper deck one, then and now. The black ink on that one. That's a pretty sweet one there. Thanks, Mr. Bridgeman. Appreciate that. Next up, Scot Pollard. Now, he was a part of those Kings teams in the early 2000s. You know, Bibby was on there. You know, Peja, Weber, Brad Miller. You know, those were some stacked teams. Obviously, they met the Wolves. That's probably the Wolves', you know, best playoff run ever. Let's check out the cards here. Got two of them here. So first one of these tops. That's when he was with the Pistons. He actually won a ring with Boston back in 08. You know, just a big bruising defender. So here's one of his rookie cards. Kind of tough to see the black on that one. Still a pretty sweet looking card though. Thanks, Mr. Pollard. Appreciate those. Next up, Tracy Murray. Now, Tracy Murray, he bounced around a lot of teams. I think he sniffed a ring with the Rockets in '95. I think I sent him one of those clear metal cards, so let's take a look here. Okay, yep. Okay, that's a cool one. So clear metal. Expansion with the blue ink. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get this one in the light here like that, where it just hits. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Mr. Murray. Appreciate that one. Next up, Jason Kapono. Now, Kapono, mostly, you know, UCLA, the tournaments, and he bounced around a lot too. Biggest moments were probably, when was that? 07, 08, the three-point contest for All-Star Weekend. He won those back-to-backs. I mean, that's pretty sweet. Check out the card here. Okay, it's one of these upper decks. I think it's his rookie card. Yeah, so it's number 1/885 out of 1/999. It's got to be worth something. That's a pretty cool one there. Thanks, Mr. Kapono. Appreciate that. Last up, Mike Bibby. So Bibby was a part of those Arizona Wildcats teams. They won it all. Gosh, was that 97? Lute Olson was the coach. Obviously, Lute just passed here some time ago. Bibby was on that team. I remember Miles Simon. He was a force. Jason Terry. Here's a Jason Terry. So I pulled an old Jason Terry card that I had in my collection from way back in the day. And a little bonus card for you on iJust cards. So let's check out the Mike Bibby. You know, and then Bibby later on, you know, Grizzlies, the Kings. So he was part of, part of those Kings teams I just mentioned there with Pollard. I think he was with the Heat for a few years. So pretty solid career though. And if you see a current picture, he's actually more jacked than he was back in his playing days. So see the card here. Looks like another upper deck. Oh, so it's one of those, feels like a basketball. It's kind of a cool card. Let's show you that one there. Thanks, Mr. Bibby. Appreciate that. So it looks like that's it for episode 6. Don't forget to subscribe, dislike, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your mama's mama, and tune in next time for iJust Cards. Take care.